back, we say fight back. When they say give back, we say fight back. No contract, no work. What's disgusting? Union busting. What's disgusting? Union busting. Every job,
Union job.
every job, union job. Every job.
prima mattina. Andate un po' fuori, prendo in andare.
99%. We are the 99%. We are the 99%. Yes, we are the 99%. We are the 99%. We are the 99%. We are the 99%. We are the 99%.
There's no First Amendment rights in America anymore!
Somebody just got arrested for riding on the sidewalk with chalk. Scary, man. Scary.
You saw that?
Yeah.
She was riding.
I saw this girl riding with chalk. I just saw her get hauled away in a wagon.
Just for riding with chalk? They came over to her and arrested her?
They were already here, man. They came and arrested her.
Occupy! 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 Wall Street! Occupy! Wall Street! Occupy! Occupy!
Okay, so the reason we're gathering like this is because the police have decided to try to divide us by picking people out of the crowd, by combing through our space, and arresting people on bogus charges. So, instead of dispersing like we have been, we thought we would stay unified because unity is our strength.
I think that they're very afraid of us right now, and they're just trying to instill the same fear in us, but we're all way more convinced in our task here, our mission. And when I was waiting for her to come up with my idea, or when they were like, threatening to take me to the Bronx or whatever, I was talking with the police officers about this, and they were like, that's a very noble cause, and I understand a lot of what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying. So I really believe that they're only here because it's their job, and I think that all of them, most of them at least, agree with what we're doing.
Bailouts, or in Spain they want their the American coup president out. We did a coup in Chile about 30 years ago.
I love other things in Spain.
Okay. Well, what we did is we overthrew Chile's government in the 70s for our own interest. America.
We need health care for everybody. Millions of Americans don't have health care. And they're laying off school teachers.
We hope that you're willing to hear him speak. And then we set the agenda. How do you guys feel about that?
Mike check! Hi everyone! My name is Sam Cohen. I'm a civil rights attorney. Our position is that you have the right to be here, to associate, and to express your opinions. As I understand, you have not yet reached consensus what exactly your message is. We will not be a part of that process. That is up to you. We want to make sure that you can be here to do that. That's all. You all are what is called an unincorporated association. Unincorporated associations have full legal rights to enter into contracts and to act collectively. You would be, as an association, our office's client. We would communicate that to the police. And we would demand that police communications to the association are communicated through our office. As for how the police would know that they are not allowed to take down tents, that will require issuance of an order from a judge. We would give the court order or a copy of it to the ranking police officer on the scene. And we would also communicate it to the New York Police Department Legal Bureau so that it cannot be said that the police as a whole did not have notice of the court's order.
Are there any potential repercussions? From the police or the city? That could happen because of this.
Because of this.
Yeah.
Yes. We might lose. We might lose by the court ruling that we've got no particular expressive association right to be here. Or we may lose in that the court may rule that we're not allowed to have tents. That is a possibility. Personally, I think it is fairly fucking obvious that this is expressive association. And I've shown a few people here the law I pulled showing that no permit is required to have a less than 400 square foot tent up for under 30 days. So I feel pretty good about this. But we may lose.
I now move. For consensus.
Consensus!